welcome along to the Click Technology Show, the show that talks about what's happening out there in the cutting edge world of technology today. I'm Hilary Johnson. Okay, so we've got a special show for you today. You could call it the special edition Dublin+Web+Summit Click Technology Show, because I headed out to the Dublin Web Summit. That was on in the RDS last week and got talking to many interesting people and recorded the interviews for your listening pleasure here today on the show. Now, for those of you who don't know what the Dublin Web Summit is, it's a massively impressive expo held in Dublin where the founders of the likes of Twitter, YouTube, Skype and over 100 international entrepreneurs, investors and influencers having spoken over the last 2 years, with thousands of attendees joining from around the world. In short, so those 2 years, the Dublin Web Summit has grown from a small conference to the second largest tech conference in Europe. And this year it might have even become Europe's largest tech conference. Throughout the show, I'll also be telling you the usual latest tech and games news this week. My next interview was with another Galway man, a Mr. Gavin Duffy, who is leading pioneering work in the realm of 3D simulation. Gavin, tell me a bit about RealSim.
RealSim is a company which reconstructs the real world on game engine platforms. So we take high resolution mapping data, and rather than use traditional geographic information systems which cannot handle large amounts of image data that you would have in reconstructing the real world, we utilize the power and the processing graphics capabilities of game engine technologies to produce highly realistic and geo-referenced simulations of the real world.
So what kind of examples of some projects have you done in the past, or have you got currently running?
Our main application from the beginning has been in planning and development. So we started in 2007 when Ireland was going through a construction boom, and a lot of development was happening with very little good visual assessment. So what we were doing is reconstructing the world, being able to simulate proposed development and being able to see it in every context. And some of the examples would be Galway Harbour Company are proposing a very large new port, the largest port development in the west of Ireland, hopefully. And it has required a lot of stakeholder consultation. And people have been able to fly to bring them to their front door, say this is what it's going to look like from your house. We've been able to look at different design options. We've been able to go out to sea and look back, all on the fly, and toggle on and off different scenarios. And really it is the very best way to look at how the world could be before you turn a sod.
And then tell us about RealSim Games. You have a game.
The company's called RealSim Games. It's technically not a game. It's built on a game platform. Yeah. So as well as visualizing in the future, you can also go back in time and see how the world did look like at some point in the past. So personally, I have a big interest in history and heritage, and its uniqueness, I guess, is the fact that it's the first 3D app which is geo-referenced. In other words, most geolocated apps are 2D augmented reality, where they're superimposing images on top of the camera view. We don't use a camera view. Why do you need to look to the camera to see what's in front of you? You simply look at the phone, and when you're there on site, as you walk around, you're walking through the scene. As you turn, it turns with you because it's connected to the compass. So it's a window into the past. And when you're not there, the big advantage is somebody in LA or San Francisco can just use simple touchscreen navigation and explore it without the need to be there to add the context that the 2D augmented reality ones require.
So how can people find you? What's your website?
RealSim.ie is the city simulation, or RealSimGames.ie, and you'll find a link to the app on RealSim Games.
That was Gavin Duffy there telling us about his work with 3D simulation in his company RealSim. Now, another company